BPS statistician to boost our spirit in collecting data. So that is our Mars. And ladies and gentlemen, to seek blessing for today's event, it has been our tradition to begin any activity with a prayer. So for that, I would like to invite Bapak Rehan to lead us in prayer.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and peace be upon us all. Esteemed audience, let us pray devoutly according to our respective religions. On this occasion, allow me to lead the prayer following the guidance of the Islamic religions. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hamdan syakirin, hamdan na'imin, hamdan yuafi ni'amahu wa yukafi mazidah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhikal karimi wa 'azimi sultanik. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Ya Allah, grant us clarity in our discussion, understanding in our knowledge, and sincerity in our intention. Help us work together in unity and bless our effort to bring benefit to our communities through the knowledge we acquire. May this workshop be a source of growth and development for all involved, and may the knowledge gained here be used to advance truth, transparency, and integrity in the field of data. We seek your protection from error and misguidance, and we ask for your blessing upon everyone present here today. May this event be fruitful and successful, and may it bring benefit to us all in this life and the hereafter. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. Terima kasih Bapak Rehan. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now invite to the stage Bapak Suntono, the head of Education and Training Center of BPS Statistics Indonesia, to deliver his report. Please, Bapak.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Salam, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya. Peace be with us all. To the Honorable Mention, Acting Deputy for Methodology and Statistical Information BPS, Ibu Puji S. Martini, SDMX Facilitator from United Nations Statistic Division, Pak Abdullah Gozalov, and Pak Marki, SDMX Facilitator from Asian Development Bank, Pak Stefan, SDMX Facilitator from Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, Pak David, SDMX Facilitator from Thailand National Statistic Office, Tawishap Sirkwan, Acting Head of the Public Relation and Legal Bureau PPS, Pak Darusman, the Honorable Guest Director within the Deputy for Methodology and Statistical Information, such as Director of Statistical Information System, Pak Joko, Director of Statistical Dissemination, Ibu Dwi Retno Wilujeng Wahyu Utami, and Director of Census and Survey Methodology Development, Pak Kadarmanto, and for all distinguished guests and participants. We praise Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala that on this day, Monday, the 9th September 2024, by His grace, we are able to be present in good health and well-being to attend the opening ceremony of the Statistical Data and Metadata Exchange SDMX Workshop 2024 from the Harmony Auditorium in PPS Education Training Center. In this moment, allow me to present the report of the 2024 SDMX workshop program as follows. Number one, the workshop activities will be held from September the 9th to September the 12th, 2024, with 23 participants. There were 14 participants who are PPS employees, and 9 participants are from other countries, which are 4 people from the Ministry of Finance and Economy of Brunei Darussalam, and 5 people from the Bhutan National Statistics Bureau. All of them are statisticians, data experts, and IT developers from their respective institutions. Number 2, the international workshop on SDMX data dissemination and reporting is organized by the United Nations Statistics Division, or UNSD, in collaboration with the ASEAN Development Bank, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, and BPS Statistics Indonesia, in which the workshop is conducted by the BPS Education and Training Center. Number 3, the workshop will provide the participant with hands-on skill in commonly used SDMX data modeling and mapping tools, raise to participant awareness of the latest development in the area, promote implementation of SDMX at the national level, and enable them to share their experience in standard-based data exchange and dissemination. Number 4, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the collaboration of UNSD, BPS, and Education and Training Center teams for the excellent contribution to the 2024 SDMX workshop program. The synergy between our team has been instrumental in overcoming challenges and achieving our goals. The combined expertise of both teams has been invaluable in developing a comprehensive program that addresses to the need our participants. That is all I can say. I humble request that Ibu Puji S. Martini to open this event formally. Thank you for your attention, ladies and gentlemen. Selamat pagi. Good morning. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Yes, let's give a big applause for the report from Pak Sentono. Okay, before we continue, I hear that there are several countries attending this international workshop. I would like to invite you to stand up. The participants from Bhutan, Stand up, please. Okay, thank you. And participants from Brunei Darussalam. There are 4 people. Okay, thank you. And the last but not least, from Indonesia. Thank you. So those are the people you are going to teach today. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and now I would like to invite Mr. Abdullah Gozalov, representing United Nations Statistics Division, to deliver his short remarks.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished delegates and our gracious hosts. I would like to thank you for being here today. Thank you for participating in this workshop as the hosts, as facilitators, and as participants. It is my pleasure to be here today. And before I begin, I would like to express my sincerest gratitude to BPS Statistics Indonesia for hosting this workshop at this fantastic facility, for making all the logistical arrangements, for making everything in their power to make it a spectacular event. So, what I would like to say a few words about is how this workshop came about. That we are here today in Jakarta, it's not a coincidence, it's design. And the reason that we are here is that we were looking at comments and statements to the UN Statistical Commission. As you probably know, the UN Statistical Commission, the apex body in international statistics, and its sessions are held at the UN HQ in New York every year around March time. And the SDMX sponsors or sponsor organizations submit their progress report to the UN Statistical Commission. And when we looked at comments to those reports submitted by countries, we noticed that Indonesia and several other countries in the region commended the efforts undertaken by the SDMX sponsors and welcomed capacity building in this area. And that is why UNSD approached Indonesia BPS and offered to host an SDMX workshop here in Jakarta. And BPS agreed, for which we are very grateful. That is what brings us here. Of course, UNSD and BPS are not doing it by themselves. We are doing it in cooperation with the Asian Development Bank, who graciously brought the delegation of Bhutan, whom we're very happy to see here. We're working together with OECD, who will talk a lot about their SDMX experience and the platforms that they support. And last but not least, Thailand NSO, who have developed the most spectacular, the best statistical dissemination platform I have ever seen, based on OECD tools, and who I'm sure will have a lot to say about their experience. And that is what brings us here today. Personally, I have worked on statistical data and metadata exchange for about 15 years. And we have done many workshops. And I have seen how people's attitudes and how people have always been interested, but their attitudes and approaches have changed, and so have ours. What stands out today, what is different today from 15 years ago, from 10 years ago, and perhaps even 5 years ago, is that we're not talking about theory. We're not talking about what could be done. We're not talking about what should be done. We're not talking about, I mean, we'll talk about that as well, of course, what would be done. But most importantly, we're talking about things that can be done now, today. This workshop will introduce you to not just theoretical concepts, not just knowledge, but we like to give you hands-on skills that you can implement in your offices right away. I don't want to say too much about SDMX. We'll have other opportunities to say, to talk about that later. I would just like to say that this training event is meant to be very, very practical. It is meant to give the participants practical skills that they can use in their offices when they're back. And last but not least, I will say that this workshop is conceived as the first in a series, and we hope that we are not seeing you for the last time today. We hope that we will have a chance to continue next year and the one after, resources permitting, to continue this series of workshops and introduce the participants to more and more sophisticated tools and more sophisticated concepts. And let me stop here. I would just like to, once again, to thank all of you for being here today, and a particular heartfelt thanks to the gracious hosts at the BPS for all the efforts that they put into making this possible. Many thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gozalov, for your short but insightful remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, next we would like to invite to the stage Mr. David Burkloff, representing the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Please.
Okay, so thank you everyone. Good morning again. I'll be brief. So on behalf of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, or the OECD for short, I'd like to thank you very much for inviting us to take part in this workshop. So again, I'm David Barraclough. I'm the head of the SDMX modeling team at the OECD. I'm also chair of the SDMX Statistical Working Group, and have been for around the last 10 years, which was a surprise, really. And also in the at the OECD, we've put together this this collection of online training courses called the .stat Academy. I'm the author of a couple of courses there, which I hope that you've seen, in the run-up to this workshop, which is the Introduction to SDMX. We're going to go over some aspects again today, and the Introduction to SDMX modeling course. So it would be great, if you've already taken a look at those courses. If you haven't, then I really would recommend that you take those courses, because there's a certification as well, which is available for when you take the courses, so you can actually use it, in the future. So just to go back to a remark by Abdullah, because Abdullah, you said, like 10 years ago in the SDMX community, it felt like a lot of what we were doing in terms of guidelines and things like that seemed quite abstract, because we're still looking for like concrete implementations of it. But now I think it's fair to say that the demand for the advances in the standard and the guidelines is actually outstripping what we can do, in the working groups, which is a really nice problem to have, right? Because we have all this demand and this use of SDMX, but in a way we're playing catch up in the working groups, to satisfy the needs of the community, which has really, really grown, and I hope that this workshop, with this workshop, it's going to grow even more. Just to finish, so as a sponsor organization, the OECD, we fully support the SDMS community and the members of the Statistical Information System Collaboration Community, which is a mouthful, but it's CISCC for short. And we're going to see later in the workshop the .stat suite system, which is part of that community, and we're going to use it in exercises. So I'm busy setting that up at the moment. So I'll stop here. So just again, thank you very much for inviting us to be part of this workshop, and I really look forward to the next few days. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. David. Merci beaucoup. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to hear from Mr. Stefan Schipper, representing the Asian Development Bank. Please welcome Mr. Schipper.
Dear participants, colleagues and friends, it is my pleasure to be here at the BPS Training and Education Center in Indonesia, Jakarta. I would like to express my gratitude to our host, BPS Indonesia, and the organizers, the United Nations Statistical Division, the OECD, as well as all the participants from BPS, from Bhutan National Statistics, and from Brunei, who took the time to be here at this workshop on data dissemination and reporting. I would like to give a short overview why SDMX might be important in today's data-driven world. The ability to analyze and exchange and disseminate data is paramount for an informed decision making. The statistical data and metadata exchange standard has emerged as a means to facilitate data activities and seamless sharing of data within national statistical systems and across the world. So SDMX is an international initiative. Abdullah has touched on it, also David. It is sponsored by 8 international organizations, and SDMX, the initiative has already started in 2001, so it's nowadays a mature ISO standard. Abdullah has touched on it. 10 years ago, concepts has been developed. It has been endorsed by the United Nations Statistical Commission as a preferred standard for statistical data exchange. So I'm looking forward to the workshop, and good morning once again on behalf of the Asian Development Bank. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Schipper. And ladies and gentlemen, now it is time to officially open this workshop. And for that, I would like to invite Ibu Puji Ismartini, the Acting Chief Statistician for Statistical Methodology and Information, to deliver the opening remarks as well as the welcome remarks. Please, Ibu.
First of all, I would like to say to Head of International Delegation as well as Resources Person from UNSD, Mr. Abdullah Gonzalez, Distinguished Resource Person, Mr. Stefan Schipper from Asian Development Bank, Mr. David Baraklo from Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, thank you, and Mr. Marki Muriawan from United Nations Division, Mrs. Tawisap Srikwan from Thailand, National Statistical Office, and also head of BPS Education Center, Education and Training Center BPS, Bapak Suntono, Director of Statistical Information System, Bapak Joko Parmianto, and Director of Statistical Methodology Development, Bapak Kadarmanto, and also esteemed participant from BPS Statistics Indonesia, the Ministry of Finance and Economy Brunei, and Bhutan National Statistical Bureau, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome and a pleasant morning to all of you. It is a great pleasure to welcome you all to the International Workshop on SDMX Data Dissemination and Reporting, which is held here in BPS Education and Training Center. I'm delighted to see such distinguished attendees joining us today. First of all, on behalf of BPS Statistics Indonesia, I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to our esteemed sponsor and resource person from UNSD, ADB, OECD, and TNSO for their invaluable collaboration in bringing workshop to life. Your support has made this gathering possible, and we are truly appreciative. Ladies and gentlemen, in line with the growing need for data sharing, I would like to provide a brief overview of evolving development of official statistics over the years. As shown in this slide, we can see the timeline of official statistics, which is divided into 4 key phases. The first one is phase 1.0, beginning around 1805, where several countries like France, the United Kingdom, and also the United States of America established official statistic institution. This phase focused on laying the groundwork for official statistics using basic methods and manual procedures. Then phase 2.0, around 1900, this phase saw significant innovation in statistical methods, such as national account and sample surveys, which introduced more sophisticated techniques for data analysis. Then in 1970s, phase 3.0 was marked by development of information technology, which created more opportunities to improve quality and statistical processes. And now, we are currently transitioning into phase 4.0, which started in 2010. This phase is the beginning of data revolution, in which the digitization and open access to all data continue to advance rapidly. Phase 4.0 is characterized by data revolution, meaning that the data is everywhere. There is an explosion in the volume of data, the speed with which data are produced, the number of producers of data, the dissemination of data, and the range of things on which there is data. At this phase, the practice of evidence-based decision-making is started to be implemented, guided by fact, metrics, and data. Therefore, the data exchange between the and within line ministries and agencies should be carried out broadly. So in the next slide, ladies and gentlemen, recognizing the emerging trends of data revolution, there are several key areas needed to be strengthened in order to leverage the benefit of data revolution. First, in terms of data governance, it is crucial to establish a clear regulation and raise awareness about data rights. Then, enhanced data literacy can be done by integrating data skills in the national curriculum and running public campaigns. directing investment towards secure data storage, efficient management, and building expertise through partnership with data scientists contribute a resilient data infrastructure. So moreover, data ethic and responsible use of data should be upheld among others by developing ethical guidelines, implementing open data initiatives, and ensuring transparency in government data practices. And in addition, addressing the digital divide and promoting inclusive participation is also important for broad and equitable involvement in data-driven decision-making. So in line with that, to mitigate the risk that data revolution poses towards information security and personal data protection, we need to do the 5 SAFEs framework. The 5 SAFE framework include, first is ensuring safe people by controlling who can access and use the data. And the second, ensuring safe project by using data only for its intended purposes. And ensuring safe settings by creating secure environments to prevent unauthorized access. And the 4 safe is ensuring safe data by providing necessary protection for the data itself. And then the last is ensuring safe outputs by carefully reviewing and managing the disclosure of external statistical results. And this workshop is an effort in improving data ethics and responsible use of data while emphasizing 5 SAFE frameworks. Then the openness and accessibility of data should be increased to support evidence-based policy making. So ladies and gentlemen, data governance ensures high quality data for decision making, and this slide illustrates how the governance structure addresses issues like overlapping data set, data quality, and sharing challenges. The One Data Indonesia initiative is implemented by a range of cross-agency actors, which involves a steering committee and national and regional implementation teams. The data advisors help build capacity and resolve disputes between agencies. Then the data stewards manage and assure data quality, while data producers in ministries, agencies, and local governments generate the data. In this case, BPS has multiple roles in national data governance, which are as a member of steering committee, a data advisor for statistical data, a data producers, as well as national data steward. BPS is also a coordinator of national statistical system, which is responsible for providing statistical guidance, statistical recommendation, and also technical assistance in implementing statistics. So in such huge responsibility, BPS must set good practice in supporting data quality, especially in interoperability. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share about BPS efforts in developing data interoperability. Since 2017, we have been building a homegrown interoperability system called BPS Web API. This system has been utilized by a huge range of users from government, academia, and private sectors. It also greatly contributes in improving data accessibility. But on the other hand, we also face some challenges during the implementation, because this system only focuses on delivering the data itself without such an in-depth metadata support, and also it still require additional customization or adaptation to handle such complex data exchanges. It may not also not performed as efficiently with large and complex statistical data set. And the last drawback is that the system doesn't include validation against the predefined scheme for statistical data. But maybe I believe that these challenges are also likely to be encountered in other countries as well. So, to resolve these challenges, BPS starts to make transition for better data interoperability. It began when we sent a delegation to attend SDMX capacity building in Bahrain last year, which is sponsored by a UN Statistics Division. So thank you, UNSD. So this year we decided conducting SDMX pilot project for Spatial Data Dissemination Standard, or SDDS. This project is developed by Directorate of Statistical Dissemination and includes 42 datasets from 5 data producers in BPS. It also supported by Directorate of Statistical Information System in providing IT infrastructure. And in the next phase, we expect active support from Directorate of Statistical Methodology Development in order to provide data standard and code lists. Ladies and gentlemen, this pilot project, of course, is far from perfect. We are still encountering numerous challenges and difficulties in implementation of SDMX. Therefore, through this workshop, I hope all participants would be able to build their capacity in SDMX, not only from lessons delivered by experts, but also from the experience that will be shared by other countries. So engagement is crucial in shaping the future of data standardization. Before I finish my remark, I also would like to tell you that although our education and training center is a little bit far from tourism sites, but I wish you still could enjoy the local food around here. There is a fun fact that based on Atlas Taste, an encyclopedia of flavors, one of our best dessert in Indonesia called pisang goreng or fried bananas. It is the #1 dessert in the world in 2023. So, in also number 19 of 10 top street food sweets in the world in 2024. So you should enjoy pisang goreng or fried bananas during your stay here. And once again, congratulations on the international workshop on SDMX data dissemination and reporting. Together, we are building a stronger foundation for better data and better decision. I wish you an enriching and enjoyable learning journey. Thank you.
Thank you. Terima kasih Ibu Puji Ismartini for the eye-opening remarks and speech, not only about the condition of data dissemination in BPS, but also about the cuisine in Indonesia. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the opening remarks concludes the opening ceremony of the SDMX workshop today. And may this opening remark be a good start for the next 4 days. And right now, I would like to invite all of you to join us in a group photo session. We will take it twice. The first one is in front of this room, so please join the committee to take the photo session. And the second one is in this room. Okay, please, the committee, help all the participants. Bapak Ibu peserta workshop, silahkan mengambil tempat di belakang kursi merah. Sekali lagi kami persilahkan, please take your place after the red chairs. For all the participants of the workshop, please take your stage after the red chairs, behind the red chairs. Kamu peserta bukan? Peserta, silakan. For the male participants, you can stand behind at the third row. Maybe over here? Over here? Yeah. Itu masih ada nggak? Formal pose. Smile, please. Berarti yang barisan depan? Iya. Semua barisan depan ya? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.